Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Mock Draft Monday. It's the final one of the draft season. This is final mock draft 4.0. It's serious? Cap mode time. Let's do this, alright, guys? Alright, guys, so it's been a good off season. Really good draft season. We've introduced a lot of the names Cowboys have met with along the way. You know, going all the way back to the Shrine Bowl, Senior Bowl, NFL Scouting Combine, and the virtual meetings with Cisco WebEx. Alright, so will the Cowboys come away with every single person they've interviewed? No. Will they draft players that nobody has heard of or has had on their radar? Yes. There'll be a good mix of it. Alright. So, you know, keep that in mind. Keep that in mind with the draft. You know, all these mock drafts, for the most part, are wrong. At the end of the day, the pundits, everybody, mine, yours, everybody. But this is a fun exercise. Now, it's not to say that there could be one or two names that do come away from some of these mock drafts for the Cowboys. You know, no matter who you're watching. You know, whether it's Foots, Vach, myself, Law, Dallas Cowboy Football News, or anybody out there doing a mock draft. Jeff Kavanaugh, he's another good one. You know, there might be one or two names that we're able to hit on. You know, we don't know at the end of the day what the Cowboys are looking for. We know what we think as fans, what they need, but they grade their players a lot different. You may see players get drafted a lot higher than what a lot of people have been talking about, or even lower, you know, than what we've been talking about. But without further ado, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the new intro to the channel. Went back to the original intro music, got a lot of good feedback on that. Went back to that, made some tweaks there. Shout out to all my members and everybody that watches the channels. Hit like on this video before we kick it off. Without further ado, guys, the final mock draft Monday of the year. Here we go.
The National Football League has the card. The pick is in.
The Dallas Cowboys select.
It's our boy Calebavonte Chase, outside linebacker, defensive end out of LSU, 6'3", 254 pounds. This was one of my guys that I had early on in the mock draft season, Calebavonte Chase. And as you can see, outside linebacker. If you go to the Cowboys website, interesting enough, they have him listed as outside linebacker. So they're definitely looking at making a transition to the 3-4. And if you need to do that, you need to have your cards in the deck. And we're talking about this one here. Calebavonte Chase has a high ceiling. You know, he still has room to grow, obviously, in size and technique and that kind of thing. But you're going off of what the traits, right? We always talk about traits. Calebavonte Chase has the traits. He can get to the quarterback. He's a menace. You know, he gets defensive pressures, has the bend that you're looking for in a defensive end, outside linebacker in a 3-4. So that's the pick. Calebavonte Chase. All right, let's go to the next pick.
The National Football League has the card. The pick is in.
The Dallas Cowboys select.
All right, we're going to stud linebacker here. Wittig Jr., linebacker out of Mississippi State, 6'1", 243 pounds. This guy's a missile, sideline to sideline tackler. If you go watch his games and some of his film, he just pops off. You see who's this guy making tackles, who's this guy chasing down people. Closing speed is incredible. It's fast. Punishing tackles, where he hits you, that's where you stop. You're not going to get past him. He is kind of considered a one-year wonder type. But again, high ceiling for this player here. You get him in the right program, and you know, with the Cowboys coaching staff here, what they're looking for, playmakers, that kind of thing. You put him in there, will linebacker, let him go to work and fortify that linebacker core with Wittig Jr., Leighton Vander Esch, the Wolf Hunter, and Jalen Smith. And we're good to go, guys. We're good to go. This linebacker core is that much more improved. And we're just tackling people left and right, all over the place. I love it. Let's go to the next pick.
The National Football League has the card. The pick is in.
The Dallas Cowboys select.
All right, we're talking about third round here. Troy Pride Jr., cornerback out of Notre Dame, 5'11", 193. He has good experience. That's what I like about him. Plays in a pro-style defense. Man-to-man coverage is his game. You know, obviously Notre Dame is the college I follow, so I know this player intimately. Plays really fast, plays quick, plays man-to-man, can play press. He's very feisty. He'll fight for the ball. He rarely ever gets, blown up. When you're trying to make a contested catch, he's right there in your face. So quarterbacks try to pass on him, and he's going to be right there. The hands are there. He's got good awareness of the ball. Where he kind of needs to work on is probably anticipation of the route running, and that's whenever they put him in the slot. He can play slot, and that's where the Cowboys might put him at, but he can play on the outside. So let's keep an eye on there. Troy Pride Jr., considered a 3rd round selection, maybe 4th round. Okay, let's go to the next pick.
The National Football League has the card. The pick is in.
The Dallas Cowboys select.
All right, here we go. 4th round, Devon Aussie. That is the enunciation. I got that out of Dane Brugler's draft guide. Devon Aussie. Cowboys have an interest here. All right, and you're talking about tight ends. We don't need a tight end. We got Blake Jarwin, all this other. Cowboys are looking at tight ends. All right, so be prepared for the Cowboys drafting a tight end somewhere in this draft. All right, so but we're getting here out of UCLA, 6'3", 257 pounds. He's more of your traditional, prototypical Y tight end. So think about like a Jason Witten type, getting up the seam, making these catches, curl routes, and that kind of thing. He's your, more of an inline tight end, but he's a willing blocker. He'll get out there and block for you. He can still work on some of that, in the run game, but he will block, and his ball catch. He can catch the ball, and he does well there. He's just well-rounded, and I think, here in the 4th round, looking for a well-rounded tight end, you can't go wrong here, and I can see why the Cowboys have interest. All right, let's go to the next pick.
The National Football League has the card. The pick is in.
The Dallas Cowboys select.
Tyler Johnson in the 5th round, wide receiver out of Minnesota, 6'1", 206 pounds. This is one of my pet cats, not talked about as much. He's my Xavier Woods of 2020. All right, production is off the chain. I mean, this guy knows how to get into the end zone. He'll catch every contested ball that comes to. If the ball is near his hands, he will catch the ball. So if some of you guys are kind of worried about Dak Prescott's inaccuracy issues and that kind of thing, this guy right here, he'll get that ball. He will get the ball. So where does he project? He projects to me as more of a slot receiver, 6'1", 206. Doesn't have blazing speed, but his technique and his ability to anticipate where the ball is going to be, very good indeed. I really like Tyler Johnson. He's pro ready, has a lot of toughness. He's a red zone target. He is tailor made for a coach like Mike McCarthy. All right, let's go to the next pick.
The National Football League has the card. The pick is in.
The Dallas Cowboys select.
J.R. Reed in the 5th round, safety out of Georgia, 6'1", 202 pounds. All right, J.R. Reed comes out of the Frisco area. He's a local boy. All right, has the NFL bloodlines. His dad, Jake Reed, was an NFL receiver with Randy Moss and Chris Carter with the Vikings. So he grew up around football. All right, he wanted to be a football player. He took the defensive side of football, and he was a Jim Thorpe finalist. All right, there's something to be said about that. Why is he a Jim Thorpe finalist? I mean, he was all over the place. He had a lot of pass breakups. If you watch his games, he's always around the ball. And I think you're getting a good backup here and somebody that can really, give you some pop in special teams. All right, so let's keep it on this guy here. Let's go to the next pick.
The National Football League has the card. The pick is in.
The Dallas Cowboys select.
Okay, so 7th and final pick of the draft. Cowboys are going to go Cordell Iwagwu. Okay, offensive guard, I think, is where he's going to translate to in the NFL. Okay, out of TCU, 6'3", 309. The height is not ideal, but the traits are there as well for this player. He's a more of a brawler. Can give you some good run blocking there, but lasting here in the 7th round, he does have some issues. He does have medicals. He's missed some time with injury and that kind of thing. His balance isn't where you really would like it as far as pass blocking. I like him better as a run blocker than I do pass blocking. But if you're looking for somebody that can give you some position flex, he could probably give you some depth there at center and obviously there for offensive guard. I think that's where you're looking at him. Could be play in the reserve role. All right, guys. So that's the mock draft Monday, the last one of the year. I will have one final one on the Frisco Report podcast. Make sure you catch that on Spotify, Apple iTunes, excuse me, Google, Podbean, and all those. You know, you can catch it on there. We will have Mike and I will be doing an extensive mock draft where I give a pick, Mike gives a pick. There might be some trades most likely in this one, maybe not. Maybe we move up, maybe we move down. So make sure you catch that one. That'll be out on Tuesday evening. All right, so we're gonna keep the content coming, guys. So, you know, I did post the schedule for the channel in the community. If you missed that, go back and check the schedule. I have an outline of everything that we're gonna be doing this week. It's gonna be wall-to-wall coverage, be going live stream, post-draft discussion video, prospect breakdown, the Frisco Report after hours show. That's gonna be a lot of fun, so make sure you guys are tuned in and plugged in. Continue to support the channel, guys. Had a lot of fun with you guys. Shout out again to my members, all of them that have contributed. If you want to join, hit it up, hit me up. I'll get you out a sticker. And if you've joined and you haven't hit me up, let me know. I'll get you something sent out to you. But yeah, great conversation in the comments, great conversation in the community. I've been putting the rookie card potential draft picks out there. Everybody's put a lot of good input there, you know, and that kind of thing. So it's been a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. This is one of my favorite times of the year. Hope you guys enjoyed the coverage. Hit like on this video, guys, and I'll catch you for the next one. Peace, everybody.